So you read the title. I recently purchased pretty much everyone's grail in the Monster High community right now. No, it is not San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. By a very specific line that everyone really likes. I'll show you the doll, and then we'll talk about the issue and the issue that I kind of have with this community right now. Specifically, the Monster High doll community. So we have. Oh my god, I can't believe that I'm actually holding her. Okay, we have Sweet Screams Ghoulia. She has all of her accessories except for her little gummy bear purse. So she has her, focus on Ghoulia. Okay, so she has her little headband, her hair swoop that I need to fix. Obviously her hair needs work, so please don't mind the hair right now. I really don't mind the hair whenever I buy things, as long as it has like the appropriate length, then I'm totally fine redoing it and making the hair the original factory style. But she has her earrings, she has both earrings, her glasses, she even has the little plastic thing that they would use for Ghoulia's glasses. She has her necklace, her dress, her belt, her little arm cuffs, yeah, and then her shoes. So, just to go over my requirements for purchasing dolls again, I usually like to I like to shop for completeness. I kind of consider myself a completionist in a lot of ways. I didn't intend to become a completionist, but I just love pretty much every doll that Monster High ever made, so I guess I kind of am out of default. But I like shopping for dolls that have pretty much all of their accessories except for their purse or diary. I'm gonna be transparent and say that I did pay $62 for her. With shipping, taxes, I paid $62 for Sweet Screams Ghoulia. I am extremely appreciative, but I do just want to go over a couple of things. I did unbox her before the video just because I was really excited and I couldn't help myself, so I had to unbox her. And at first I was like really super duper excited. I literally cried. I actually cried. Sarah has gone 0 days without crying now because I never thought that I would have her in my possession, and that's kind of why I stalked. She was a bid, so I found her on eBay and I stalked her for like a week. It got to the last day. People started bidding. She actually started at $35. Yeah, she started at $35 as the bid. I wanted to make my maximum bid on eBay $51, so if somebody bid $50 and that was their max bid, I would win it, and that's exactly what ended up happening. I won the doll at $50. Shipping and taxes brought it up to $62. But I saw Ghoulia for that price. I told myself I was gonna get her, and I had my budget, and this is how much this doll was worth to me. I told myself if it was about $60 is what Sweet Screams is worth to me. So, I think this is proof that whatever budget you make for yourself per doll, you can find that budget. You just have to be patient. You have to watch eBay, meccari. If people use Poshmark, I don't know if people use Poshmark for dolls. I don't. Goodwill online. I wouldn't recommend using that because I have my own quarrels with Goodwill. But, different online sites. You go to swap meets, go to your local toy store. Just keep looking, and eventually you're going to find that deal that will make you really happy. And I am really happy still that I got her for this price, but I want to bring something to you guys' attention that I didn't even notice until I started looking at her more. So at first I was looking at her right hand, but if you're looking at me, it would be my left, so her left if we're looking at, yes. So if we zoom in on her hands, you're going to notice, if this focuses, that they're the same hand. And at first, I was a little taken aback, and I was like, oh, so it's just a factory error. Okay, that's fine. And then I started looking at them more, and I discovered that her left hand, if you can see maybe, it's not as it's not as matte, it's not as shiny as her right hand. They did their best to you know, the original owner did their best to display the doll as complete as possible. And, you know, I was okay with it, but then I had to remind myself, I paid $62 for this doll, and it was never once mentioned in the description. The description only said the doll, like it said Sweet Screams Ghoulia. The photos only showed her front, like this, her back, and then like one side profile. So I knew going into the bed I was already kind of taking a risk because there was only 3 photos to go off of. Her left hand in the photo was actually kind of hidden, and I originally thought she didn't have a hand at all until I looked at side profile and noticed that she did have a hand. It was just rotated in a way that looked like the right hand. So it's not a huge deal, but I don't know. It kind of sucks knowing that you marketed this doll as something that you knew that people would pay a lot for. You didn't mention in the description at all that, like, what issues the doll had, and you purposely tried to hide the issues that the doll had. That's where I have a problem with it. And I mean, other than this, the packaging was fantastic. I did have to wait like a week to get her, but that's just because the seller said that it would take a week to ship it out, which is totally fine. So everything else about this interaction was fine. It was just, I didn't know until I got the doll. Like, there was no prior communication. You know, I know you can talk to sellers on eBay, but like, it's a bid. On bids, you see the photos, you bid on what you see, you know? This would have been an entirely different issue in Meccari. I would have felt as like, oh, I need to get it now if it was on Meccari, because, well, you can always message the seller, and it's built in for sellers to talk to the consumers. eBay is pretty much made so you can buy things and never communicate with anyone. You just buy it, you get it, it's done. So I am a little disappointed from that standpoint that this hand isn't even her original hand, not to mention it's the same hand. So you know, it kind of sucks. I know that some dolls do have that factory error. Like, I know some Iridescent dolls have that error where it has 2 right hands or 2 left hands. And, you know, the original owner, I think, did a really good job matching the hand to the original hand. I like to hyper look at these dolls and really look at all the details and stuff, so maybe a normal person wouldn't have noticed this. They'd probably notice that it was a different hand, was the same hand, because I don't think you can miss this. I really don't think that you can miss this. If it focuses. Yeah, I don't think that you can miss that this is the same hand. But I don't know, maybe I'm rude for pointing it out. I didn't know, you know, like, the photos and the vibe of the post really just made it seem like somebody was just selling a doll that a kid had or something. So, you know, maybe I'm reading into it. But I do know that people purposely hide things, and they don't necessarily put things in the description. And, you know, that is a problem in the Monster High community right now, especially since there's been such a big nostalgia kick for these dolls. Like, everyone wants Monster High dolls now. It got really popular from TikTok and COVID. She's gonna sit there now, and everyone wants them. I mean, like, I'm a collector. I've been collecting since they came out, pretty much. Well, I played for them for, like, till I was, like, 11, 12, and then I started actually collecting in, like, 7th grade-ish. But still, a big problem within the community right now is people are just selling dolls that are not worth the price that they're selling them for, and they're not disclosing issues that the doll have. So again, I'm not blaming the seller necessarily. The seller could have very well not have known the issue and just assumed that was the right hand. Maybe you thought, oh, it might be, that's weird, it has the same hand, you know, just assume that was right, and then sold the doll. Me as a consumer, I bought the doll, I took the risk, I got the risk, you know. But this is kind of a cautionary tale to just make sure that you double check things, just because I didn't double check. I didn't message the seller. I placed my highest bid. I watched it till it was done. I won the doll. And that was it. Anyways, I still am very excited to have this Ghoulia. I'm going to fix up her hair. Her hair's in pretty good condition. It's just frizzy and definitely needs to be recurled just so I can have her Sweet Scream vibe. I wanted to share my experience and just kind of explain to you guys that yes, look for good deals. Don't settle. Keep looking and keep finding for that good deal. But also be aware that people in this market right now are selling these dolls because they know they can make a lot of money from them, especially on eBay. People are purposely buying these dolls and selling them on eBay on bids because they know that people are going to buy them and bid them for more. And, you know, some sellers are uneducated in these dolls. I know some people in the Facebook community posts that I'm in, they've literally traded things for these dolls to get a higher profit of what they traded, which that's totally valid and fine. You know, like, collecting and collectibles is an investment for a lot of people. But for me, and I hope a lot of other collectors, I collect for the fun of it. I collect because it's my happy place. Just be careful is the main message of this video that I want to give you guys. It's not to scare you. It's not to say that, oh, good deals are a scam. You're gonna get scammed. No, I've had a lot of really good deals from a lot of different people. Actually, for the past 2 years, for the past 2 years that I've been buying dolls online consistently and more seriously, I haven't had an issue. This is my first issue in 2 years of collecting on eBay and Meccari. So take that as you will. I fully believe the issue that I'm encountering now is because the market is so insane that it is. But regardless, I am still extremely happy to have her in my collection. I'm not trading her, I'm not selling her, don't ask, it's not happening. I'm going to try my best to see if I can find any doll that has a black matte hand that is particularly her left, if we're looking at each other, left, yes, her left hand. And it's gonna work out. And if I never find that hand, well, then it's just a funny story. And that's kind of what I want to remember this as, is just a funny story. So I'm not going to reiterate what I said for the past 20 minutes, but just double check your listings, talk to the sellers. If you feel any sort of hesitation, just reach out to the sellers. I'm pretty sure the sellers would be happy to talk to you, especially if you're even considering buying the product. They would probably be very happy and excited to talk to you. But yeah, I think I'm going to end this here. Thank you so much for watching. This is Sweet Screams Ghoulia. I'm so happy to have her in my collection. No regrets buying her. The hand thing is, again, a bummer. But again, I'm so happy to have her in my collection. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!